From rusted-out supercars to colossal lightning-generating machines, the world is full of mind-blowing inventions that have been left to rot in the wild. Hidden beneath layers of dust, vines, and time itself, these relics once pushed the boundaries of technology and innovation. But now, they stand as eerie reminders of a forgotten past. So today, we're setting out on an adventure to uncover these incredible lost creations as we explore the most unusual abandoned technology and vehicles ever discovered. Number 1. Submarine Subway. Charleston, South Carolina, hides an underwater surprise. 50 abandoned New York subway cars resting 30 miles offshore. These rusting relics, covered in seaweed and teeming with fish, were deliberately sunk in 2002 by the South Carolina Department of Natural Resources to create an artificial reef. The area's flat seabed lacked natural coral and shelter, leaving fish vulnerable and food scarce. To fix this, the Comanche Reef was formed. Before sinking, the train cars were stripped of windows and doors, making them perfect homes for mussels, shrimp, and marine life. Artificial reefs like this can increase food availability by 400 times, turning these forgotten carriages into an underwater haven, though still less crowded than a rush-hour subway. Number 2. The American Dream. Size really does matter, and when it comes to limos, the American Dream is as big as they get. At 100 feet long, this massive stretch limo features a hot tub, helipad, and even a hinge in the middle to make turning easier. Created in 1986 by car designer J. Orberg, known for his work on the DeLorean in Back to the Future, the limo was meant to be Hollywood's next big thing, but its high maintenance costs and parking struggles made it a tough sell. By the late 90s, Orberg abandoned it in New Jersey, though it remained listed on eBay. In 2014, Mike Manning bought it, but restoration costs proved too much. In 2019, it was sold to Michael Deezer, who spent $250,000 and 3 years to restore it. Today, the American Dream is on display at the Orlando Auto Museum in pristine condition. Number 3. Rusty Railroad. Out in the Salar de Uyuni. Salt Flat in Bolivia lies a unique cemetery, but it's not filled with people. It's a graveyard for trains. Known as the Train Cemetery, this site near the city of Uyuni is home to over 100 abandoned train cars that have been left to decay since the 1940s. Uyuni, founded in 1890, once served as a vital railway junction, connecting Bolivia's major cities and playing a key role in the mining industry, with tin-laden trains passing through frequently. However, as the mining industry declined in the 1940s, the trains became obsolete and were abandoned in the desert by the locals. The Salt Flats' unique environment accelerates rusting. Once a saltwater lake, the wind picks up salt, coating the trains and speeding up the corrosion. These rusted locomotives are a haunting reminder of a forgotten time, left to decay under the unforgiving Bolivian sun. Number 4. Over and Out. Puerto Rico's tropical forests hide a haunting reminder of a once mighty scientific marvel, the Arecibo Observatory. This giant concrete dish is all that remains of the world's largest radio telescope, now abandoned. Built in 1963 by the U.S. National Science Foundation, the observatory was used for over 50 years to study asteroids, planets, and stars. However, in 2017, Hurricane Maria dealt a blow, damaging the structure. While repairs were made, the observatory's fate was sealed in 2020 when a cable snapped, causing further damage. Despite months of efforts to fix it, the platform eventually collapsed, rendering the telescope useless. Unable to restore it, the NSF ceased operations, leaving the ruins of the observatory behind. Though there are plans to build an educational center, for now, this once groundbreaking facility remains as rubble. Number 5. Ghost ships. In April 2000, the passengers aboard the MS World Discoverer faced an unexpected ordeal when the ship struck an uncharted reef in the Solomon Islands. The captain sent out a distress signal, and a nearby ferry evacuated the passengers. Realizing the ship was doomed, he intentionally beached it in Roderick Bay to make future salvage easier. However, due to the civil war in the Solomon Islands and the owner's bankruptcy in 2004, the wreck was abandoned and never salvaged. Over time, the ship became a tourist attraction, with bungalows now built nearby, offering guests a close view of the ghostly vessel. Though it remains a scenic sight, environmentalists worry about the ship's deteriorating engine, potentially leaking oil into the bay, as seen with the Ocean Dream in 2015. While the Discoverer hasn't leaked yet, its future remains uncertain, and the pristine waters of Roderick Bay could soon be at risk. Number 6. Catastrophe. In February 2022, the Japanese shipping company MOL faced a catastrophic loss when their cargo ship, the Felicity Ace, caught fire while transporting 4,000 luxury cars from Germany to the US. The fire, believed to be caused by a faulty lithium battery in an electric car, spread quickly, forcing the crew to evacuate. The fire burned for nearly a week before it was extinguished, but the damage was done. On March 1st, the ship unexpectedly capsized and sank, taking its cargo, including 20 Lamborghini Huracans, 190 Bentleys, and 1,117 Porsches, worth $438 million, down with it. The ship itself was valued at $24.5 million. Though the loss was massive, MOL, worth $12.2 billion, will recover. Meanwhile, the wreck rests on the ocean floor, possibly becoming the world's most luxurious underwater car lot. Number 7. The woodpecker. In the aftermath of the 1986 Chernobyl disaster, the site became home to a unique piece of abandoned technology known as Duga. This massive radar station, built by the Soviet Union in 1972, stands 492 feet tall and stretches over 2,300 feet long. It was constructed as part of a Cold War-era missile detection system. The radar could detect missiles up to 1,600 miles away, requiring immense energy. Some believe the nearby Chernobyl plant, built in 1977, was partly to power it. When Duga began operating in 1976, it emitted a distinctive pulsing noise that was heard worldwide, earning the nickname Russian woodpecker. After the Chernobyl disaster, Duga was abandoned and left to decay. Whether or not it was a secret mind control device, it no longer functions. Its eerie presence now remains frozen in time, a relic of a bygone era. Number 8. Leaving on a jet train. During the Cold War, the Soviet Union developed a number of experimental projects, including the High-Speed Laboratory Railcar, or SVL, a jet-powered train. Inspired by the US M497 Black Beetle, the Soviets attached two Yak-40 jet engines to a regular ER-22 train carriage in 1970. The result? A train that reached 124 miles per hour. While impressive, the SVL had significant flaws. Jet engines were incredibly loud, making it unsuitable for residential areas, and the high cost of jet fuel made mass production unfeasible. By 1975, the project was cancelled, and the only prototype was left to rust in a scrapyard in St. Petersburg. In 2008, the SVL was rescued, restored, and turned into a monument at the Tver Carriage Works. Now it stands as a symbol of Soviet innovation, inspiring future generations to dream big, even if their designs don't always take off. Number 9. Car Forest. In the Great Basin Desert near Goldfield, Nevada, you'll find a bizarre sight: an entire fleet of cars buried nose first in the ground. This isn't the aftermath of a crash, but rather an art installation called the International Car Forest of the Last Church. created by artists Chad Sorg and Mark Rippey in 2011. The installation features over 40 junkyard cars stacked and buried in the earth, earning a world record for the most upturned cars in an art piece. Intended as a canvas for graffiti artists, the car forest has become a popular tourist destination. Today, each vehicle is covered in vibrant artwork, making it a unique and living exhibit of creativity. Who would have thought abandoned cars could create such an artistic masterpiece? Number 10. Movie mobiles. In Dubai's Al Quoz district, you might stumble upon a surprising sight: the Batmobile, the iconic crime-fighting car of Batman. Abandoned in a parking lot since 2015. But this isn't the real Batmobile. It's a prop used in The Dark Knight. After promoting the film in 2008, it was sold to a private owner who couldn't find a buyer for $1 million, so it has been left to gather dust. Not far from there, in Blaine, Washington, the mystery machine from Scooby-Doo also sits abandoned. This version isn't from the beloved cartoon, but from the 2001 film Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. After filming, the van was left behind due to the high cost of storage. Meanwhile, in Coober Pedy, Australia, you can find a spaceship from the movie Pitch Black, rusting in a parking lot, a leftover prop from the 2000 film. Once abandoned after the shoot, the ship now serves as an odd permanent landmark. These vehicles have definitely seen better days, so I'm wrapping this up and heading for a tetanus shot. Which of these old neglected machines would you love to see back on the road or in action? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and thanks for tuning in.